f16 rule. How does it work? We start off with f16 thinking about the shutter speed and the ASA of the film. And if we are going to, and what I would suggest to begin with is you match your shutter speed and your film to begin with. Have a 100 ASA IOS film and a shutter speed of 1/100, or if you can't do 1/100, make it 1/125. So that is our beginning spec. So I'm going to say ISO 100, shutter speed 100 of a second. And it's going to be, if we have a nice round sun with lots of brightness, nice sunny day, that is going to be f16. Now, I hear you cry, what happens if I'm at the beach and it's really, really even brighter than that? Well, that is where f22 actually comes in. So, but the sunny rule is, if it's sunny, it's f16. If we have a cloudy condition, bit of cloud, but we do have some sun, and I'm still ISO 100 then I go down because it's slightly less bright and I go to f11. So one stop down, it's bright, but there's a bit of cloud, it's less bright. Now this time the sun's disappeared and I've got a couple of clouds. It's a bit cloudy, so we go down to f8. Okay, let me do that again. Let's say I have my cloud, but this time I've got quite a bit of cloud. I've got at least 2 clouds. So this time I go down to f8. Now, I've got my clouds, but I've got really dull clouds, almost black clouds. So this time I want f5.6. And if it gets darker, I can go to f4, and if it's really dark, I'll go open up to f2.8. Now, I can hear you saying, but I've got a faster film in my camera. (200). Set the shutter to 1/200th. And if you've got ISO 400, set the shutter speed to 1/400th of a second. Let's see how that works out in the field. I took a film camera and I went to Corfe Castle and I took some photographs. Let's see if the Sunny 16 rule worked for me. So starting off, I'm on f16. I'm outside at Corfe Castle. It's quite sunny, and this is the diagram that used to go on the back of film. So sunny is f16. So this is what the scene looks like. There's hardly, well, there isn't any clouds at this point. The sun is out, it's bright, it's the middle of August. So in that case, I'm going to set my camera, which I'm using a Hanimat's completely manual camera, and here you can just see it. I've set the f-stop on. Oh no, you can see it really clearly actually. I've set the f-stop on f16, and let's see what the result is. Now, I was getting some light in. There's a little bit of a light leak on the camera. However, the exposure is absolutely fine. So that's my first image on f16. So now I'm going to go to f11. And this was a day in August in which the weather was changing by second, which was very useful because I wanted to demonstrate this with various conditions. So it did go, as you can see, there's a bit of cloud in the sky now, and I'm walking towards the castle in Corfe. It is bright, but it's not as bright as it was a couple of minutes ago. So in this case, I'm now going to set my aperture on the camera to f11, and you can't again, yes, you can see it pretty clearly there. I'm using, I think, my shutter speed, which I can't quite see there, but I think it's 1/125, and as I said, and you can see the exposure is absolutely fine. So this is showing that Sunny 16 rule sort of works. So I'm one down from f16 because it's gone a bit dull, but it's not as dull as it became with more cloud. So when we've got more cloud but bright fluffy clouds, it's f8. So let's see, here we are on the over the moat at Corfe. Corfe Village is absolutely delightful, and so I'm going to set my camera to f8. So here goes. As you can see, I'm set now. Got the f-stop at f8. So let's see what happens on the photograph. Hopefully it will be fine. And it is absolutely fine. Losing a bit of the church actually, but that's absolutely fine. The whole thing about the f16 rule is that you aren't using a meter. I didn't get a good example of 5.6, but this rating room was lovely and lovely light coming in. So this time I thought I'm going to go down. There's not a lot of light here, so I'm going to go to 3.8. Oh, 3.5 was the fastest, the biggest aperture on this camera. So I went to 3.5, and then let's see what happened when I went to 3.5. Actually, that's worked out really well. I think my shutter speed was 1/125, so I was really pleased with that. Hope that has helped you understand what the Sunny 16 rule is. Looking forward for doing some more videos. Bye for now.